Welcome to my podcast, You Are More. I'm your host, Amy. And guys, we are almost at September of 2025. It has been a year. I can't even believe how fast it's gone. But if you're like this, are you a person that you set out in January to accomplish so much? And now you're looking, here we are at the ninth month of the year almost, and you're behind the eight ball. You haven't accomplished nearly what you wanted to accomplish. Well, guys, I have good news for you. It's so easy for us to overestimate what we can get done in 5 years and underestimate the power of what we can get done in 1 week. So I've got good news for you today. It's this. It's going to be September soon. 2025 is coming to an end, but there's still time for you to accomplish your goals. There's still time for you to push forward and actually see change in your life. Number one, I want you to just know this. And this sounds negative, but it's actually very positive as you can take it on. Nobody's coming to save you. And when you start to realize that nobody's coming to save you, that literally takes all your power back. So many times we sit on the sidelines and wait for someone else to offer us an opportunity, someone else to open the door for us, someone else to make the call for us. And I've found this to be true. There's been areas in my life where I've played like that too. Like, well, if it's meant to be, if they see talent in me, if they see giftedness, they'll open a door for me. They'll do something. They'll promote my opportunity. They'll give me an opportunity. And guys, at the end of the day, nobody is going to come save you. And that's a good thing. It literally is on you. How bad do you want it? Part of the reason I think that no one comes to save you is just your dreams are demanding. How much will you pay for it? What's the price you're willing to pay to accomplish the goal you have? It doesn't just fall over. It doesn't just come easily, right? Sometimes we look at everybody and everyone and all their reels and their stories and all their accomplishments and all their highlight reels. And at the end, and we think, wow, to have a life like that. Wow, to have a life like that. Or we look at someone who's accomplished massive things and you think, wow, here's what you're not seeing. All the days that they just showed up. All the days that they just did the boring and the mundane, the days when they felt so discouraged, the days when they felt like they felt insecure as if they could ever, succeed. The days that they felt like, I don't even know if I'm enough. Like all those days you don't see. The days that they just literally just showed up and just continued to show up. Guys, we're in September and it's game time. And we're fourth quarter. And I love fourth quarter because fourth quarter is a time that if you take massive action, you will see massive results. And so many people are already they've lived summer and then they start to think, well, it's the holiday, so I'll start next year. Begin today. Begin today. Guys, if you're on a weight loss program, if you're on a get healthy program, if you're on a workout program and you fell off the rail the last few months, start tomorrow. Start today, actually. Just start. And here's what I found out. It's the small little movement that create the most waves. Small hinges swing big doors. So 2 things. I'm going to go back to this again. No one's coming to save you, and that's a good thing. The personal responsibility of it. If it's going to be, I got to make it happen, right? And I say make it happen with, I've always got the God thing though. Like he can put his super under natural. But if it's going to be, you got to take the action. You can't just sit and wait and hang out on the curb waiting for someone to pick you up and say, oh, you're so awesome. You're so great. Let me give you this opportunity. Guys, it's never happening. I don't want you to miss decades of your life sitting there dreaming that that's going to happen. Oh, they're going to just one day see how great and talented I am. No, you're going to have to go out and show them. You're going to have to go out and knock on the door. You're going to have to go out ahead and push that door open, right? So there's that. Number 2, small, tiny hinges are super impactful. It's the little things. So you're like, I always tell you guys that morning routines are critical. But the reason I think morning routines are critical is because if you set a goal for yourself, hey, I'm going to get up such and such time early, it's critical that you do it because if you don't do it, you don't trust yourself. And the biggest indicator to me of success in life is self-trust. The most important person you need to trust is yourself. You're like, well, yes, I do. Well, here's what you need to do. Like, do you trust yourself when you say, I'm going to make a commitment to do this? Do you do it? Do you honor and own the commitments that you make to yourself? Because every time you honor and own the commitments you make to yourself, guess what? Your authority score with yourself goes up. And you are the most important person to believe. Guys, it's critical that you honor your word to yourself. It's critical. Don't keep hitting snooze. If you told yourself, hey, I'm getting up tomorrow, I'm going to do this, you setting snooze, hitting snooze, missing that, I'm telling you, you just started the day backwards. You just started the day with a lack of confidence. You just started the day with going, I kind of trust myself. But when you have to step out and do something, guys, what your dreams are going to require of it, that self-confidence is going to be critical. Do you have the self-confidence to move the needle forward? You have to honor your commitments to yourself. It's the most important thing. I get it. Honor your commitments to your teammates and your spouse and your family, but honor your commitment to yourself. That's the real needle mover in life. Do I trust myself? Do I show up every day no matter what? Well, here's what I have to say. I can look at the real estate industry and I see so many people, they might come in like a flash in the pan. They might come in and do great things for a year and then fail. Guys, it's the long haul. It's the long game. And when you think with a long game mentality, even on your goals, long game mentality, but a short version action step, meaning that you can produce so much. A week of or a month of consistent behavior will move the needle big time. Oh, think about what 60 and 90 days will do. Guys, the discipline and the working it out and the doing the thing when no one's watching, when no one's listening, when it seems like no one cares is the critical piece. Who you become in the process of your discipline is critical. And here, the reality of it, if you've listened to this podcast, you've heard me say this hundreds of times. If you've been around my company, been around me at all, I'm going to tell you, your morning routine is critical. Honoring your commitments to yourself is critical, right? And just knowing no one's coming to save you. Time stands still for no one. So the time to act, the time to move is now. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is your hour of power. Begin today, not tomorrow. Begin today. Do you know how much easier it is to begin today than to say, okay, I'm going to begin to tomorrow? You might go to bed with all this inspiration that I'm going to do this and this and this. And then 4:45 or 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. comes and you're like, you've lost all the motivation. Build the discipline. Because when motivation walks out the door, discipline kicks in and says, oh yeah, we're coming for you. Everybody I know that is doing big things on this earth has adopted a philosophy of, I'm going to do it and I have to be okay doing it alone. That's the not so fun part. I'm going to do this alone. I'm going to do this even if my thoughts are telling me that I can't do it. I'm going to do it when my thoughts tell me what's the point. I'm going to do it when my thoughts tell me who's even going to listen to this. I'm going to do it when I think who's even going to read this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up and I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it. And I'm telling you guys, that consistency ultimately will win. I tell my agents all the time, they can be in their disciplines of making phone calls and prospecting and doing all the things. And they can get so discouraged because they're looking for the results. They're looking for the results. But if you focus on the process, just who you're becoming in the process of doing the activities, literally, that's the transformation. Do you trust yourself? You know you're going to show up. You're going to keep doing the thing. And I'm telling you, people respond to it. That authenticity score. Oh, you told me you were going to call me back? You did. Oh, you told me you were going to be following up and looking for a house for me, and you kept calling me, even when I didn't answer my phone. You kept reaching out to me, even when I didn't respond to you. Guys, the greatest things in my life have come on the other side of me just stepping out and making commitments, stepping out, taking the risk, stepping out, doing the thing. And guess what? Every time I did it afraid. I did it alone. And this is what I know. When I say I did it alone, meaning you're going to we basically live our life and we've got our family and our friends and thank God for people in our world. But the truth of it is most of life you do on your own. You walk through things literally on the inside. You can have all the support in the world, but it's a solo game. That's the lonely part. That's the good part. And when you take personal responsibility for the fact that, hey, I'm going to move the needle forward. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to do this thing. good things start to happen. And here's the reality. If you can focus on what your future self, guys, I'm going that, oh, by December 30th of 2025, I'll have done this. My future self will thank me. Guys, I tell this story of on the weekend of July 4th, I spontaneously decided to take my daughter to Florida for her birthday party. And then we were going to spend a day at Disney and we we're going to fly back home. It was a really fast weekend. But I got on the plane with her and we had the best weekend and we were flying home and we were actually at the day at Disney, we were talking and we were driving back to our house. And, that night we were laying in bed and I was just looking around and I said, Lord, thank you. Thank you that I didn't quit. Thank you that my future self was strong enough. The view that I had of my future self was strong enough that I didn't stop the disciplines that are affording this opportunity today. Sometimes you shrink back and you're ashamed of the fact that, oh, I have this or I have that. But the reality of it is there were many weekends that I was working when other people were out playing. There were many times that I was sacrificing on one hand because I wanted something greater for the future. Guys, your future self is always speaking to you of greater. Your future self that sees you fit, firm, fabulous, impactful, successful is always calling to your pull of average and mediocre. Resist the urge to live average and mediocre. Resist it. And you can resist it by taking one tiny action step a day, just forward movement. I don't care if it's a crawl. I don't care if it's just whatever it is. For some of you, that's getting out of bed in the morning. For some of you, it's getting out of bed, period. For others of you, it's like, let me walk around the block. Let me walk the first mile. Let me write the first paragraph. Let me send the first email. Let me do the first podcast. Let me write the first chapter of my book. Just the consistency, the consistency, the consistency. I'm proud of myself, guys. Like my grammar, my English skills, all that, my writing skills, not that great, but guess what? I look at my bookshelf every day in my nightstand and I've got 2 books on there and they've got my name as author. Guys, my future self, your future self. What do you want to see accomplished? What is it? Take the action step. Don't sit on the sidelines anymore. It's September, 4th quarter, and fourth quarter hustle is the best kind of hustle. Remember, you're on this earth for a great purpose, but the purpose and the intent of your life on this earth requires that you take responsibility for it, that you hone and fine tune the gifts that you have on the inside, that you put your hand to the plow, so to speak. Do the work. Your future self, your family, your kids, your community will thank you. Sometimes I sit there and I think about the sacrifices and the impact of different people in my life. And I think about the ripple effect of them, of their discipline, of their just showing back up again, day after day after day. And I say it because, and I tell you the story of John Shep Black, who is my real estate coach. And really, he's just a great inspiration to me because John Shep Black at 43 was, just coming out of rehab for alcoholism, right? He's been sober 15, 16 years, 17 years. And literally at 43 had nothing. At 53, he was literally taking red eyes across the country, renting out spaces to put on agent masterminds to do, to teach real estate agents how to move things forward. And he'd have 3 people show up, 5 people show up, 7 people show up. And guys, here's the thing. He had 30 some people show up for an event right before COVID happened. And all of a sudden COVID hits and it's like everything's canceled. And it could seem like everything that he's worked for, everything that he's dreamt of just took a back seat. But what happened? One of those 35 people sitting in that meeting room called him and said, hey, can you come out and talk to my team? And literally he went out, met with that team and started consulting with that team. And the ripple effect, it just started to take off. It could look like an overnight success, but there was a lot of years of doing things in the dark that most people wouldn't do. And if you want to live a life that most people can't live, You have to do things that most people aren't willing to do. And I'm telling you, if you do it, your future self, your generations, your communities will be so grateful for you showing up being who you are on this earth. So, as always, remember this: you truly are more. Let the impact of your life impact and make massive impact on this earth. You can do that simply by just becoming all you're supposed to be. You're a gift to this earth, and you're a gift to my life. Thank you for listening. Remember this: you truly are more. Crush your year.